Today we're going to paint our wood sculptures. Here's my sculpture. I already painted it a little bit when I was testing it, but most of it I have not painted. I'm going to have a water to share, and today we're going to be using paint that is called temper blocks. When you go up to get it, there's a tray like this. Put it on a bigger paint tray, get a sponge, and then you can get a brush and a small brush if you need one. We have the primary colors, red, yellow, blue. We also have white, brown, and black. Some of the colors don't have a lot in the middle, but there's a lot on the sides. So all of the ones in there are fine. Okay, I'm gonna wash out my brush and dry it, and I can start swirling in a circle the colors. And then I can start adding paint. I can make the paint thicker, which means it will be darker by adding less water. Or I could put some water on my brush and spread the paint out kind of like watercolor. The reason we're using this paint is because it will let the wood show through a little bit. So if I wanted this all red, you don't really need a lot of paint. I can just get a little bit, and then when it starts to dry, you can see the wood grain, which is the part of the wood that shows the different texture of the wood. So another thing we can do is do a lot of layering of this paint. I'm just holding this up so you can see it better. If I paint this block red, I'm gonna let it dry, and then I might add another color to it, or I might add smaller details. You can also paint the cardboard. If your sculpture is a place, maybe the cardboard is the ground. So if I wanted to put grass, I would need to make green. So I could start, just like the wood, you might need to do layers because the cardboard will show through until you add more, and it will, your color can become brighter. So I could start working that way and mixing onto my cardboard or onto my wood. Sometimes you might accidentally get a color messy. Look, I just got a bunch of green in the yellow. This is how you fix it. You wash your brush, keep it wet, and swirl the water on. Wash, swirl the water on. Wash, swirl the water on. If you need to, you can take the sponge and kind of tap it, but only after you've swirled it a few times. Okay, we can also use white and see how maybe we want to let a lot of the natural wood show, but we want it to look a lighter color. So we can try that as well. Okay, so you're going to paint your sculpture. Now, once something starts to dry, you'll know because it won't look wet and shiny. Maybe I wanted to change this to another color, like maybe orange or purple. So I might add something to this in layers. I also might take a smaller brush once it's really dry and try to add some little details. Like maybe I wanted to have some type of pattern. I didn't really let this dry all the way. So you can do things like that. Okay, it's your turn to paint your wood sculpture.